Hello, mommy. Good evening. I'm very, very happy for having you this moment. Please, I want you to carefully listen to what I'm going to be doing now, so that you can successfully access and test run this application called Libcast, Librarian Competency and Assessment Software. Now, the first thing I need to do, or the first thing that you need to do, is to make sure that your laptop is connected to an internet. You see, I'm connected to an internet here. That's the first thing. Make sure that you can browse with your laptop or your desktop. The second step that you need to take is to click on your browser. I'm going to use Google Chrome, so I click Google Chrome and Google Chrome loads. Then the next step that you need to take is to type libcast.wavedone.com. This is a shared domain that we want to use in test running this application. See, libcast.wavedone.com. So you press enter, and automatically it will bring you to this environment. This is the Librarian Competency and Assessment Software. The first thing that you need to do is to go through this application and in order to carefully understand how it works. There are two interfaces. This is admin interface. The login interface, that is the first step for an administrator or a HOD, or the person who is going to be using this application to conduct tests for our staff or participant, or whoever might be the person who is going to be tested on the competency as a librarian. So the second interface is when you click on this librarian, it will take you to this second interface called user or librarian sign in. Now, I'm going to just sign in into two of the application. First of all, let me start with the administrator or a HOD. So now the default password, the default username is admin, and the default password is also admin. And having done that, you need to click on log or sign in. Immediately you click on sign in, this is an environment that it will bring it to. In this environment, you carefully look at it. Manage librarian or admin. In case you want other person or another person to have access to this application, just the same way you as an administrator or HOD just log in now, what you need to do is to create an account for the person using this functionality here. You can see the person that just logged in now is Dr. Zaneb at HOD, and this is the username, the password is kept hidden, and this is the date that it is created. You might decide to delete or edit it. But now let me create an account for another person. I'll sign out here and then log in as that person. For example, now let me log in as myself. Maybe I would like to put Dr. Ibrahim Wada. Now, Dr. Ibrahim Wada is now going to be an administrator. Now, the next thing I need to do is to create username for him. And the username I want to create for myself is Wada. And the password I want to also create for myself, as simple as that, is Wada. Now, if I click on save, it will automatically create account for me. The reason why it bounced back is because there is already an account called Wada Wada. So now let me use another person. Maybe let me say Usman Ibrahim Muhammad, and the username is going to be Usman, and the password is going to be Usman. Now let me click on save. You see that the name Usman has appeared here. The reason why we have decided to make this application to reject a name that already exists because There shouldn't be one person, two different people with the same name and same username, same password. So now I'm going to log out now using this function here, the menu up here, and I'm going to log in as Usman so that you see how the landing page will look like. So let me click on sign out now. I just click on sign out and I have just successfully signed out. Now let me log in as Usman, and the password is Usman, and I'm going to click on sign in. You see, it just brings me to the same environment. So as long as you have many administrators that you want to access the same application, you can create username and password for them. Remember, all the administrators, once this application is on the website just as it is now, or you want to use it on an intranet, everybody can log in without another person being disturbed, and then everybody can begin to perform his or her own role. Now, before I finally log out and end this session of training, I want to bring your attention to some functionalities that are available here. The first thing you need to look at is to the left here. Okay, so other functionality or module that are available here is this competency skills, librarian staff, question test, and result responses. Now, what do they do? Now, if you click on competency here, this is the environment that help you create different kind of modules for test. I've created some here, and you see knowledge skills. These knowledge skills consist or contain various questions and options that constitute test for the user to be tested on. You can have professional skills here, you have classification skills. So I'm going to show you how to create this module much later. The third part that you need to look at is library. Now, this is where you create account for users or for participants or the people that will undertake the test. You can call them respondent or whoever you might want to call them. This is where you create account for them. So this is the menu or the functionality area where you create account for them. Now the next module or functionality here is question or test. This is where you create tests for the module that you just created. All those modules you saw me pointing at, look at them line up here. This is where the questions that have been created for each and every for the module. These questions you are seeing here, they are for knowledge skills. If I click on another one, maybe functional skills now, you can see that the application will refresh and bring out for me to see questions that are asked under functional skill. This is just one question here. And you can also look at technological skill. So the other menu up to the right here that we are going to be clicking later for you to see how they work. Now, finally, on to the left here, you are going to see responses or results. This is whoever is being all the participants' responses, or as they undertake the test will now appear in this environment. The test will now appear in this environment for you as a HOD to look at their performance, the number of questions that have been asked, the time taken or allowed for the test, the course name or the module name, the registration number of the student, the full name of the student. You can see the score, the number of questions for each and every module here. You can see them here, and you can see the score if a student participates, what the person earned. For example, this same person undertake this test, this two different type of tests and she got 0. That is for testing. This is the login time, this is submission time. And then this is where to the right here you can add questions, you can create new questions, you can add question paper. Now I'm going to be showing you how this application will be working perfectly for you step by step. Thank you for listening and God bless you. Let's wait for second portion of the training. Thank you.